Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to continue with functions, and in this video, we will discuss about default and named arguments in function. If you haven't seen a previous video of functions, then make sure you watch that video first, then come to this video. Then only you will be able to understand this video and so many things I have already taught you. Also, if you are watching my playlist till now or you are watching my lecture till now, then congratulations, you are ahead in competition because you can see the number of views from first video till this video. There is a huge difference between the views because many people leave the coding because of its difficulties which comes during the learning of language, and they don't put their own effort. So if you are watching me till now, then congratulations, you are far better than those, and you have already passed your 90% of competition. You just need to push little harder so that you can get success in your life. So let's start our video. So this is going to be a small video because this concept is not so big. So let's get started. So as in previous video, I told you about parameters. So this is how we used to write our parameters. Firstly, we write the function name and then inside it, we pass some parameters. For example, here we have two parameters, name and message. And here we are printing message and then name. So here, when we will call this function, we are first entering our name, then a message, then name, and then message, and then a name, and then a message. If you see, in all three, the message is same, but still we need to enter it again and again. So, is there any way that we can avoid entering this again and again? So yes, there is way, and it is called default arguments. So let's discuss about it using an example in IntelliJ IDEA. So let's create a new file, new, go to Kotlin class or file, and then name it as lecture 7. Select file. Here, firstly write main function. Why main function? Just answer it in your mind. And then what we will do, we will create a function named greet fun greet, and then it will take two parameters. So let's suppose first is name, it will be of type string, second will be greet and it will be of type string again. Now you see it will not give error. Why? Because this is greet, a variable. This greet is a function name. So if you write here greet, it will call this variable, and if you call greet with bracket, it will call itself. So whenever you write bracket, it means function. So don't think that both are same. This is just variable name and this is function name. So what I will do, just print ln. I will write firstly let's write greet inside string, write greet and then comma, then again write name and then write a exclamatory marks. So if I call this method greet, the name will be Pavan and the message will be hello, HELLO. And if I duplicate this, instead of Pavan, let's say Rahul, and let's say here John, Charles. So these are some random names to whom I am greeting, and what I am greeting hello here. So If I run this, it will just print hello Pavan, hello Rahul, hello John, hello Charles. So you can see it is printing hello Pavan, hello Rahul, hello John, hello Charles. So as you can see, this word is repetitive. And if we want to greet everyone same way, then why are we passing it again and again? So is there any way we can set a default value to this? So the answer is yes. So as I told you, this is a variable. This is its data type. And how do we assign value to variable? So just write equal to bracket and write hello. And now if you don't even pass this value, if I remove this, now you see it is not giving us error. Earlier, if this was not given, if you remove this, now it will give error. Why? Because it is expecting one more string value which will be our greet. But if we give a default value to this, and whenever we call a function like Pavan, so what it will do, it will just go here, greet, name is given as Pavan, greet, as we have not passed any value from here. So what it will do, it will take this and then here it will execute it, the print statement. So this is known as default parameters. From the name you can assume that default parameter mean to say a parameter which have a default value. If any value is not passed, it will treat the default value as the passed value. But if we pass a value from here, it will not be, it will not consider this default value. Instead it will consider the value which is passed. For example, if I remove this hello also, let's remove from here also, remove it from here too. Now what it will do, it will again print the same result which it printed earlier. So let's cut this. Now you can see we did not provided any value for this greet, so it treated hello as greet here. So now suppose we want to greet everyone as hello, so we wrote here hello. But suppose it's birthday of John, so we want to greet John in different way. What we will do, we will write the John, comma, and then write bracket happy, happy birthday. And then if I run this, you can see it printed hello Pavan, hello Rahul, happy birthday John, and hello Charles. So what happened here, you see greet function called here, we passed name and it treated this name as Pavan and it passed it to here. And as we did not pass any greet, so it treated hello as its greet, so it printed hello Pavan. Same in case of Rahul. But in case of John, we passed the name and then we also passed the greet. So instead of considering hello as greet, it considered this greet which we have passed. So as a result, it says happy birthday John, and here also we have not passed the greet, so it will follow the condition which these two followed. I hope you are now able to understand that if we pass any information in default parameter, that information is considered, and if we don't pass any information and there is one default parameter, the default value will be considered as the value of this parameter. So the problem was when we didn't have any default argument. So what we need to do, we need to pass every parameter value. So this made the code look repetitive, like here we are passing hello every time. So this made us able to do some work again and again and make change on it whenever is required, as we changed the greeting of John from hello to happy birthday. So that time the change was required, that's why we made it otherwise it was not required. So this was the purpose of introducing default argument, or we can say default value of the parameter. So now let's move to next. So here the default argument came to existence, and here you can see we have already explained this example, and here we are calling it, and this is its implementation. Now we will learn about named argument and clarity through labels. So let's move to IntelliJ IDEA. So if I create a function person, and if I need its name, it will be of type string, comma, age, its age will be of type int, and then its id as int again. So here I want to print the details of this person. So print ln inside the string your name, and then write a colon, then write a dollar symbol, name, comma, your age is dollar age, comma, your id colon is this. So I want to print this, but if you see here, and I call this method here person, and I enter the name as Pavan, comma, my age is 24, comma, let's suppose my id is 123. So it will just print your name Pavan, your age 24, your id 123. So now why I am telling you this? Because if I again duplicate this line, and instead of writing Pavan here, I remove it and write Pavan here, comma, as Pavan. You can see it is not treating this Pavan as name. Instead, you see here id is written by default, and it is considering it as id, and if you hover over this, it will say here it was expecting integer, but I have written here string. So this serial must be maintained, which means firstly I will write the name, which is string value. Here I have written string, here I have given integer, so it is giving error. Then second, age, it will be of type integer. Here it is integer, here also it is integer, so no error. Here id is integer, here it is integer, so no error. Here it is string, so it is giving error. So it expects us to put the value in this order only. But what if we don't want to put this in this order? So here comes the concept of named argument. What we will do, instead of directly writing this, we will write name like this. So let's show you through example. You can see as by default it is giving us error. So what if I write this as age is equals to 24, id is equals to 123, and sorry, the id is I capital, and here if I write name is equals to the string value. So you can see if I write here the name of the parameter, this and this, if I write here name, then only I can write this in the jumbled manner. Like the age is written, the age is second parameter, but I can put it in first position by writing its name. You can see it is the property of this ID, IntelliJ IDEA, that it is telling name is Pawan, age is 24, ID is 123. And here, if we do any change in that, so for that, we will have to first write any name, the name of the parameter. Here you see age. Firstly we are passing the age, so age, then we are passing the id, so id, then we are passing the name, so we wrote name here. So in that way we can also pass the arguments in jumbled way. So I hope you are able to understand this. So why this method came? What's the purpose of this when we can work with this? So for that, the answer is the concept of default argument. So in previous concept, I told you about default argument. So as name is string, age is integer. Let's suppose the age is fixed. It is 20, 24. And then I don't enter the value here age as 24. You see, and remove this comma also. Let's remove this. You see, I am here providing only two values, so it must consider name as string. It is considering name as a string. Then it must consider age as 24, and if we are not entering any age, so it must consider this 24, and then id. But here it is giving error. Why? Because if we go serial wise, it is expecting name, then an integer value, again an integer value. So it is unable to recognize this integer value is for this age or it is for this id. So that is why here comes the concept of named argument. So what happened in named argument? You can see IntelliJ IDEA tells us the first thing it is considered as name, second thing it is considering as age, which we have also provided its default value. But we want to make this, we want we want it to consider this value as id. So what we will do, we will just write here id. So write id is equals to 123. Now the error is gone. See, name is considered as Pawan. Age, we have not passed it here, so it is considering 24. ID, we have passed it here using name, so it is considering it as 123. So in this way, we can make default parameter work if they have multiple parameters in our function and the default parameter is in between them, or you can say in starting. So this was the concept of named parameter, or we can say named argument. I have already told you that we can jumble this, like here we are saying name age is active, here age is active name, so we can do it back and forth. We can change its order. It is not required to write in same order if we write here name of that parameter. So let's move to next concept, single expression function, which we have already discussed in previous lecture. So I will just teach you this without an example by explaining this code. So here you can see we have a square function. So let me just zoom it. I can't. So here you can see we have a square function, and what we are doing, we are squaring a number. You can see number into number and returning it, and this can be written as this. You can see 1 square, it will take a number and it will return this value, which is number into number. And I have already told you this concept in previous video, so I am not going to do it practically in IntelliJ IDEA. So this was all about this lecture. So here what we did, we studied about default argument, we studied about named argument, and also single expression function, which we have already discussed in previous lecture, and here I just gave you the summary. So in next lecture, what we are going to do, we are going to study the null safety in Kotlin, which is the most important concept of Kotlin, and that is why it is considered better than Java, and it is replacing Java in field of Android development, backend development, and other development. So see you there in next video. So thank you for watching this video, and make sure you practice all those concepts and revise them again and again. So thank you for watching the video, guys.